What's up, people? This is the King O Caesar coming at you with gear reviews, unboxings, and tutorials, just like this one. I usually say that, but this ain't gonna be no tutorial today. We're gonna be talking about more leaks that has came. We know that the MPC Key 61 is about to drop. I have my the other side of our co-host over here. We rep the dad beats together. We got Mr. Lifted Noise in here, boy
Yeah, what's good?
Raul.
This is
We got
exciting, man.
It's exciting, bro.
Yeah, more leaks middle of the night, man, keeping us up early hours in the morning.
Early hours, bro, and like it's crazy because like these leaks that we got are like they're pretty significant. If it's
Yeah,
true with these new specs are saying about it, this thing is gonna be a lot different than what we thought it was gonna be.
yeah,
So
an improvement, huh?
a definite improvement. So
Yeah.
like I said, I read my comments and stuff. I try to answer every comment that I get. And somebody posted in my they posted in the comments, they sent me a link of a YouTube video by Sample Kings
Hmm.
that seems to have the specs. So let's just take a look at this.
Let's do it. Yeah, this is exciting right here.
Let's just jump right into this.
Yeah, as I barely got a glimpse of it right before we spoke, so let's see this.
So if you guys don't know who Sample Kings is, like he does like NPC like videos and stuff too. He does short videos. I haven't seen too many of his videos, but I am familiar with him. So apparently I don't know how he got this or whatnot. And this is truly speculation. So this could be false, it could not, but things seem to look
Okay.
like things seem to look on par with like
Did you watch this video or did you
I
just
did
see this
I did watch this video.
in its
I don't know if
entirety?
in the entirety. We can
How
watch it
long is it?
right. We can watch it right now. It's only 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Let's
We'll pause for a second. I'm kind of curious. I'm noticing like the yes and no at the top. I wonder what
yeah,
that is. Did he make this or is this, all right, let's check it out.
let's check it out.
You ain't got audio?
Yeah, I got it. I'm hoping they can hear.
It's not really sharing, it's just really quiet.
Is it not really? It's not really playing it.
Nah. There is like a little button you gotta make sure to click or like a checkbox to share audio
Oh yeah,
with
yeah,
these
yeah.
screen shares.
Let me see. Screen share. Let me see. Let's stop screen. Let's go back to share. Some screens let you share audio. Look for the share audio checkbox at the next window. Okay. Screen 1. Window. Chrome tab. I'm gonna have to just share it like that. Okay. So let's try this again.
There you go.
The brand new MPC coming out. The MPC Key 61. This is just my image, not the real thing.
Oh.
This is the MPC Key.
Well, right off he said, "This is my image, not the real
And what
thing."
they're doing, they're trying
Yeah.
to put the leaks out. And the reason why that is, of course, as many of you probably know, they came out with an MPC 5000. Just Blaze didn't like it. So when Just Blaze saw it, he didn't like it. And sales were sort of like, downwards. It wasn't a bad machine. It's just that they didn't go into marketing. And this is a better way to market it. And I sort of like it. I'm looking at the picture here. The picture looks cool. Like the pad look right here, right? And you can see this touch strip right here next to the pads. To the left of the pads, that looks like a touch strip that's actually on the MPC Studio number 2. The new one that just came out. So now I'm feeling it. You can see that there's 4 of these right here, 4 knobs. Now, this is what you would have if you're going to have Q-Link working. We got our big data wheel here, the plus and minus, classic MPC stuff. This looks like an MPC, and I believe it is, of course. And you can see that right there. Now, you'll notice here, now it says powerful integrated instruments and effects. Looks like expansion packs. You think so? It could be keyboards. Either way, it's making the menu more available.
So I mean, it looks like he's doing like a lot of speculation, kind of like we're doing.
Right.
So
yeah, it seems over. Because right off he said this is my image.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, if I actually knew, I wouldn't say that this is my box or anything either way, because I wouldn't want Akai coming after me. They've been coming for people pretty hard, it seems like, who actually have information.
Well, I'm trying to understand what if you could play it back what he said. Is he saying it wasn't his? It's not an image that he took, or the image at the intro was something that he put up there?
Yeah,
like he put the specs on, like he made the. I'm just trying to figure that out.
Well, it looks like he's asking a question. MPC key,
right?
Yes or no. Okay. But these specs look like, that, because I think I have my box here, and on the back, like, it's the way that it looked like this was copied and paste, man.
But I mean, okay, so let's go through it, because I mean, the majority, some of these things we have already, like you said, on it. It looks like it's copy and pasted.
Yeah.
Some of these things you kind of could probably speculate, or like look at the box, look at the images, look at the writing on the keyboards, the labels for the I/O and stuff. But the one thing that stuck out is like the 8 gigabytes RAM, right?
Yes. And that's what I'm worrying about, because that would be a huge game changer. This thing actually comes with 8 gigs of RAM.
Because right now we're at like 2 gigabytes for across all of them.
Yes. But it's still weird though, because it says 8 gigs of RAM, 4 gig onboard storage. Okay, so you only get 4 gigs of onboard storage, which is less than what we get in the MPC Live 2, because we get 16 on the Live 2. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was something like 10, but regardless, it's still, that's kind of a small onboard storage.
Yeah. But I mean, if you can expand it, because the other thing that I was looking for on here that I didn't see was like the expansion spot for like a hard drive. I didn't see that. So, like I said, this could be purely speculation. Nobody's gonna really know unless we get like official like picture of the back of the box. Nobody's yet has posted one of those, you know what I'm saying, like a picture of the back of the box. But this is interesting. When I seen this, I thought this was interesting, because it looked like it could be something that's official. And since they're trying to make this, like, it seems like a new flagship, not like the MPC X. The MPC X is the flagship for like the MPC, for first generation. Well, this is like the new flagship, Yeah. And if they did that and decided to add 8 gigs of RAM, that would be crazy, right?
You think that would be necessary? Because someone had asked me in my stream I did the other night, whether the RAM would be upgraded in order to allow for like more plugins, like 16 plugins. Because he was looking at like the screen or like the picture of the box, and you could see like 16 different plugins. Yeah. And I was like, well, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can actually have more instances of the plugins, because as of right now, that would have to be a feature upgrade of on 2.11 in order for that to be possible anyways, because we only get 8 instances, and then you just get cut off. You get a little like error message.
Well, you remember when because as far as I know, Like there's been a couple beta testers that like come in the streams and stuff, or comment on the videos, and
Hmm.
we asked them, like, yo, is this everything that we're getting with 2.11?
Yeah,
And like for the most part, everybody's still like, there's still stuff that we still don't know about 2.11, because
yeah,
they were only allowed to release what the stuff that Andy Mack put on, the stuff that Andy Mack
right,
released. They were only
right,
allowed to talk about that. So
yeah.
like
And there's a few clues, like with Ghetto Styles review. He even
yeah,
said like there's some stuff, like he straight said in the video, some things I can't show you. I forget what he said exactly. But then also if you just look at like the Akai official Akai previews of it, it says first look. So on June 23rd, there's going to be more videos because that was just a first look. So
yeah.
there's definitely some other stuff to be revealed, I
So I
think.
mean, like, like what you was just saying, that could be a possible like thing that they have in there, like where they allow you more instances.
Yeah,
But you would probably like, because like
I would
Apple does
think.
this. Yeah. Apple does this all
Yeah.
the time though. Like, they can upgrade and like have stuff in 2.11, but like, for example, like if the NPC like live can't handle it, then it'll like kind of like restrict it for the live too. But for the devices that can handle it, like this new keyboard, if it does come with more RAM, then it'll be activated
Oh,
for
okay.
like the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? So
So,
live users, we probably won't get more than 8 instances,
I see.
unless they really went through and optimized them
So
even
they
more.
can, yeah, so they could really just program the software specifically for the hardware in
Yeah.
that manner. Oh, okay.
Yep.
And
You know
then,
what I'm
it would
saying?
make sense for them to do that and at least have 16, because if you think of like most workstations, they have like 16 channels, at least
Yeah.
16, right? That you can do at once. So,
Yeah. Well, if we're talking about this too, like, we were speculating, or I know on your channel you were speculating about like the pad sizes and stuff. If it's saying right
mhm,
here we got a brilliant 7-inch multi-touch display, then that means we pretty much getting the same
yeah.
um screen that we have on the NPC Live too. So
Mhm.
those pads have to be like NPC one pads, wouldn't you think?
Possibly, but I'm still not convinced now just from that intro of that video that this is
That this is
actually,
legit, right?
yeah, yeah. So I wish I would have watched the whole video so I can get some kind of clues from his language. Um,
Do you want to finish it? We can finish it.
yeah, it's only a couple minutes.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
at
go ahead.
we were at like I think we were right here.
Mm.
I'll leave a link to this in the description too if you guys want to see it. If you're watching the replay, or you join us, so you guys can go check this video out and you know distinguish for yourself if you think this is true or not. But we're gonna start this off. Jamie
Yeah.
Rice, what's up? I see you in the chats. You know
What
what I'm
up, Jamie?
saying? Um, glad that you're here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you rocking with us, man. Let's get back to this
Yeah,
video.
let's watch this.
rather than going back to search for it through the browser. Plus, we got here, it says expressive semi-weighted keys with aftertouch.
Ooh,
Like
semi-weighted.
And then we have legendary NPC groove and workflow. Legendary, right? Ever since my man made it, that's Roger Lynn, it's been like no one's actually made anything else, right? I mean, Roger Lynn must be like a genius or something. He made a machine that no one has tried to redesign and can't really, and it still sells today. I hope he's still getting a royalty, because that guy knew it.
No, he's not.
This is reportedly going to cost about $2,600. And I got that information. Sweetwater's words right here. They're pointing out what's in the back of the machine. You can see it right here. So this thing has a lot of buttons and a lot of inputs and MIDI in, MIDI out, audio input out. You don't even know what
He
it is.
said he got his
out. I have
info
no
on the
idea.
price from Sweetwater.
Yeah, bro, and that's like I said, man.
2,600.
I hope not, bro, because that's even worse than we like. The first price that we heard was 1,800. First we heard 24, then we heard 18. Like, and me and Sight, we was going back and forth about it. It's like if it's 18, man, that would be like a great price.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I would jump on it for 18.
Yeah, but
But
if
the
it's
thing is, like,
26, holy crap.
I think 2,000 is my cutoff, because I never really even considered buying an NPC X, and I hesitated so hard on like buying something like a Roland Integra 7, which I really wanted, but that was like
Yeah,
up there 18. I don't know, it's like $2,000 or something. But I don't
yeah.
think I've spent that much on one piece of gear, so I don't know how quickly I would jump on it. But
I think I would spend that for, you know what I'm saying, like something like a motif, like a montage, something like that.
oh,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But for this, I don't know if I would do 26, man. It just seems like it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? And like I said,
yeah,
18, I feel like it'd be perfect. It has semi-weighted keys. It looks like the build quality is gonna be all right. We know like Akai like does pretty decent with the build qualities of their products. You know what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
It's supposed to have like a lot of IO. So I figured this thing to be between the live and the X, you know.
Hmm.
Um maybe more than the X if it was um more than the X if it, you know, if it had like extra mics or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
You
But
know what? I think I might have read. I don't know where I saw it. It might have been in the forum earlier. I was just kind of poking around there, and there's a big thread on the keys, and someone said 2 XLR inputs, I
oh
believe. So I'm gonna see if I can pull some of that up and see
yeah,
if we can actually extract some good information from there. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is kind of the ideal keyboard for me, really, because one thing that I was trying to express before is like I've always kind of had to decide whether I want the keys at my center
yeah.
or the MPC, and it kind of throws me off. But I just imagine having the keys right in front of you and having the MPC workflow would be like kind of the best environment that's like really immersive to get in that, you know, in that flow state of just creating.
Well, definitely, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm really like I have my NPC right here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's right here, right next to me. And
Hmm.
underneath I can pull out this tray that I have, and I have a 49 key keyboard right here too. So
Yeah,
every time I'm making music in the like in my studio, you know, when
yeah,
I'm using controller mode, even if I'm in standalone mode, I have like my controller keyboard plugged into the back of the MPC Live. So I'm
yeah.
always using the keyboard with my
See,
MPC Live anyway, unless I'm like away from the my studio, then I use the pads, you know, because
right.
that's, you know, that's the great thing about having like pad performance stuff like that. But for the
Yeah.
most part, I'm using the keyboard. So for me to be able to already use the keyboard and be fond of doing that, you know what I'm saying? Because I come from a DAW background anyway, where you have to use pretty much controller keyboards unless you want to draw everything in. Like this is like the perfect thing for me. It would be like
Hmm.
it would be everything I ever
Well,
dreamed of.
it sounds. I mean, you have a pretty. It sounds like you have a pretty great desk, and you have multiple tiers on it. You got the pull out tray, so you have the keyboard kind of at your center,
Yeah,
with your MPC kind of at the centerpiece as well. So they're both there. Um.
I think I can show you real quick.
Okay.
I can pull this off. Shout out the site. He sent me some like some quick release. Let's not kill my. Okay, there we go. All right. So like right here, you can see that's my MPC right there, and I have all the cables. I have my MIDI cables, and those plug into my there go my Mini Nova. I have
Okay.
all that stuff coming through over here into the
But you
MIDI
al- you also have
through
a.
that mixer.
Did you say you also have like a MIDI controller right there, like
Yeah, so I'm
by your
trying to
lap?
see if I can get it, because this cable sometimes it doesn't want to be long enough. Let me see if I can. So I can pull that out, and that's like my keyboard.
Okay.
So like right here, I have it right here, and it goes out pretty far. And this is a Novation Impulse 49.
Hmm. So I mean, you already got it all pretty centered. So like for you, what do you think would be the benefit? Because because I was trying to do something earlier when I came home because I've got like a cheap Casio 61 key, and I
Yeah.
try to set it up on my desk. So I was thinking about this at work. I was like, let me set this up so I have it at my center with the MPC. See maybe if I can get rid of some of this gas. Um, but like I just couldn't. It just wasn't the vibe. It just is awkward on my desk the way it is because I don't have that tier at the bottom where I can put that. I have one, but it's just like for a key, like a regular typing keyboard. So I
Yeah.
try to do that, and it's straight awkward, and it wouldn't even work for me like trying to do videos and stuff. So I had to you have to incorporate like at least consider that as well when I'm
Yeah.
setting my setup. I'm not just making music. I'm making videos or doing streams and stuff.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't the vibe. So like I put it away. I'm like, okay, well, but the question for you is like, how much of it do you think is gas right now for you? And how much do you think that'll actually benefit you since you already have kind of a nice layout with the keyboard sitting under
Well,
that tray and you got your MPC right there?
well, like for me, it really is like a lot of it is gas because I really don't need it. Like I have the MPC live, but it would be nice to just use the MPC live and like have it like for on the go because I do want
Hmm.
to start taking it to work more and
Yeah.
like finishing these key groups that I'm working on and stuff like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, but you know, and I could get rid of some gear, like this my Impulse 49, like I've been thinking it still works really pretty good, but I've had this thing for like years and years, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It probably can be upgraded. So
for sure.
if I had the keyboard, then I wouldn't probably really need it anymore. So I could probably get rid of it, you know. And
Yeah,
then like
yeah,
my son, he keeps telling me that he wants to like get into like music stuff too. So it's like even if I didn't get rid of it, this could be something that I could kind of give him to kind of get started on like with his studio stuff,
oh yeah, for sure.
you know.
Um, but both you and I were both kind of teasing around with like selling the MPC live to fund, you know, the Key 61. Ideally, be
Yeah.
able to keep the live too because it's so great for on the go with the speaker and the battery.
Oh yeah.
But then I had another thought. If I did sell the live too to get to fund the keys would stay stationary. And then I was like playing around with the thought of getting like a studio, like an
Yeah.
MPC, like the new studio, because it's pretty cheap. And I have a tablet right here that's a Windows tablet and it has the software on it. So
Oh
like
yeah. Yep.
I could still mess around with some ideas at work and then bring it home.
Yeah. You could.
Put on the keyboard.
Yeah. You could definitely do that, man. You definitely could do that, bro. It's like it's
Yeah,
I just really like I'm really excited about this product. I'm like I think it's very innovative. I think this is something that they should have did in the first place, you know what I'm saying? Like they would have killed the game if they would have released this like earlier. But then that probably would have cut into like the NPC sales too, like the NPC X and stuff like that because like why do you really need any of the other ones if you buy this one, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Unless you're trying to go portable like, the live, I think the live 2 would still have a place, but like I mean, the X does too, because the X, man, the IO
yeah.
on the X is like crazy, bro.
I'm not gonna say this keyboard is a new flagship because usually when that happens, they usually like discontinue,
Yeah.
like shortly before, and I don't think the X is discontinued, and it's a whole nother thing too. Like I don't think you can compare the two. I mean, the X has so much more control on it, with all those Q links, and I get maybe the touch strip is kind of uh making up for that, but I haven't really looked at how that works too much.
Heck yeah. You want to finish this? You wanted to finish this video real quick or
Okay, go ahead.
go back to this video?
But it looks like a beast, really. It's like, and if it's heavy, it's going to be a real super beast. I sort of like the idea that they're going to go this direction because the MPC is classic, and it would also help guys out who are keyboard players to have a machine they can really get busy with a classic MPC drum sound. And this would also work great with a computer too as well. Now, my thing, of course, is I want to have more outputs, like I just said, more availability of to do stuff in the back to save it to a compact flash drive, pull a hard drive up in
Compact
there,
flash.
ability to use it to plug into a system, do live shows. Also, I want to have a better processor. So processor is going to have more cores. The current MPCs have 4 cores. That's the MPC X, the MPC 1, and the MPC Live 2. And so they have cores in the back of them. And I've got a brand new Mac, and that's got 10 cores. Now, 4 cores is okay, but 10 cores, of course, is better. But if they can go to at least 6 cores, that's good. So I've got no problem with it. The mystery's kind of fun, and that's all I can really say.
Well, see, the cores don't, the cores, like if they did the different cores, the cores would only matter like if the single core performance is fast, and that only really matters when it comes to like effects, adding effects on to like or adding effects onto like your stuff, because how it goes, like it doesn't matter, like how many cores you have, because it's only going to utilize one core at a time, because it goes linear. You know what I'm saying? So like, when you stack your effects, it's like your compressor, your equalize, your EQ, your whatever else you got, and it goes in the sequence like this. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many cores you got, because it's gonna fill up one core before it goes to the next one anyway. So that, I mean, it'll help in the fact that you could probably get more effects and like add more effects to your stuff. But if the single core performance, like typically when people look for like core count, like they want to make sure that they have like fast single core performance too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So none of that will really benefit.
No, the more RAM, if they have RAM, see the RAM like goes like works along with the processing, the processing chip to allow you to do more things. Okay. So that's why if we have more RAM would be great, because for instance, you can run more plugins at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's kind of probably where like the like multi-core might help too. And multi-core helps with like rendering visuals too, and making it like not laggy.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on that video as far as
I think he was speculating like us, but like just the way that just the way that this is set up though, like just the way that this is set up, the way that this was rolled out,
a little bit clickbaity.
Yeah, it is. But you see how this is rolled out though. Like whoever wrote this like did a good job. I wonder if I have my MPC Live 2 box, because I swear this is like the same type of font and everything. Like, it's like somebody sent this to him and he just copied and pasted. So, I don't know if he has like an insider at Sweetwater, because he claimed that he got his information for
but that from Sweetwater on the price $2,600. But that wasn't very specific at all, and like I don't think Sweetwater would just be giving out information like that. It's not even released. So unless he knows somebody.
Jamie Rice said that's false. Said that Sweetwater not giving any information to anybody. Yeah. I'm about to check in on the chat. We got Jay Simons. What's up, good, bro? Jay? What's good? Oh, this guy is dope too, man. Like he's overseas, bro, but he's a producer, and he's one of the reasons why I started using the MPC Renaissance. This guy is a beast.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's bro. Cool. Like he has they have a different YouTube channel. I have to figure out. I think his YouTube channel, one of his YouTube channels is Jay Simon.
Okay. Yeah. That's what's up.
Shout out to you, Jay, bro. That's what's up. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I've been waiting the last 10 years for this, so that's cool. It's finally coming.
Yeah, I've been waiting the last 10 years. We got Brian Espinoza. He said he think 22 would be the bottom dollar compared to the workstation. Looks at the montage price, or even the last Motif XF, but not just slapping a MIDI keyboard on a MOC. Okay.
On an MPC.
Oh, that's what you meant to say?
Yeah,
on
of
a
course.
mock. Okay.
I, I'm I'm
Oh
assuming
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
that's
yep.
good.
He corrected it.
Yeah,
That's the next one. The next one says NPC. We got
yeah.
Ghetto Styles in the building. What's up?
Ghetto
What's
Styles.
good?
Glad you're not in the dark no more.
Yeah, me
We
too,
broke
bro.
best friends next month. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know he getting it, man. Like I said, if he gets it before me, I'm taking a trip to Ohio, man. I'm coming, Ghetto Styles. I need to touch it, bro. I need to physically touch this thing one way or another. You know what I'm saying? We got Face Monroe says Doc started all the tutorial stuff before they even had YouTube. Yeah, we're
Selling
selling
DVD.
DVDs on how to use the 2000. Okay.
Yeah.
And he
Good morning
says
though. It is mad early.
it is mad early, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna get lifted noise for a while. This is early for him. I'm a night rider, man. This is what I be doing because I'm up all night anyway when I work. So you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I'm about to hit my cap soon, but we're gonna get through this because we
We
got
got
that much gas.
we got Fox Styles in the house. What's up, Fox Styles, man? Yeah, we up early,
It was
man. That's how
good.
we do, bro. Jamie Wright says Father Day soon. Yeah, shout out to all the fathers. You know what I'm saying. We repping. We probably gonna do a episode of Dad Beats on Father's Day. Probably be a late session though, because everybody's got things planned with the family. So, I don't
Yeah.
know if Raul will be able to make it or I
Yeah.
know,
Hope.
I know. Hopefully you can make it though, man. Because like I said, it never
Yeah.
feels complete when one of us is
Yeah.
gone. So
Yeah. Hopefully we can get it in. I mean, if anything, like I could probably step away just with my phone. Get a few minutes in.
Face Monroe says you're always up this early, bro.
This is like when I'm finishing though. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So like yeah, not just getting started. We started at 3:30, so I usually start at 3:30 my time in California. I usually start at like 1:30 and then finish at 3:30. So
Yeah, see, it's 7:10 where I'm at. So yeah, usually you're getting off by the time I get home. I get home and you're probably like getting off. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Because I get home around 6:30, 6:30,
yeah,
7.
yeah. You're used to that. Just getting off work when the sun comes up, and then we're going to get some Jack in the Box breakfast or what.
Yeah, probably like Burger King. But I've been trying to stay away from that. Been working out, man. You know what I'm
Good. That's what's
saying?
up. Yeah,
So, but like I said, man, this font, bro, this font is very suspicious to me, man. Like it just looks too professionally wrote out, like it was sent. And if you look at this background too, it kind of looks like have you ever been like on a Sweetwater page where they
uh
have
huh.
like the background art in there, like for products and stuff?
Yeah. What,
Kind
what
of
are we looking at though? What is the background?
like it looks like some type of like machine in the background, something like that, or like whatever, like maybe a plug-in like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Like I said, this could be clearly speculation. I think it is, but if this is true, if this is even half true, so let's say they give us 4 gigs RAM, that's gonna change the game and at least put it on par as far as processing power with the machine plus. And with that, I think MPC does a way better job of like making their plugins like optimized for the actual hardware. So if we can get 4 gigs of RAM in this thing, and with the optimized like plugins, I think that it's gonna be a beast because the NPCs that we have already are already like very capable. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So that to me is pretty dope. I'm crossing my fingers, but if it is the case, it could very well put it in that over $2,000 like range though. That's the only thing I'm scared of. Like I said,
Really?
1,800. We heard 1,800. That's been the leak that's been going around. 2,400, and then
Well, these sounds better be good than these new plugins.
yeah, Well, if there anything, because I think Hype Synth is actually pretty dope. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for me those acoustic sounds. You know, the sampled instruments. Like I'm
Yeah,
curious how that all works because um you know, Av McCree actually commented on one of my videos, the one that was about disk streaming, and he was telling me how disk streaming is not even possible in the NPCs for whatever reason. He had some technical explanation, which you know I don't really follow because I don't know the specifics, and I kind of had um this idea how I wanted this streaming to work, which doesn't even exist like in the Akai Force. So in that, it's just like I guess long samples, but not key groups, and that was my thought for it. But like when it comes to the plugins, is there's some kind of like this streaming going on, right? Because with height, um, there's samples in that, right? Unless
yeah,
it's like it's a possible and with these new plugins that are like the piano and the strings, those are
yeah.
samples, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's audio in there. Either that or there my other thought was it's some kind of like have you heard of like physical acoustic modeling where it's synthesis that
Yeah,
emulate
yeah.
real
Mm-hmm.
instruments?
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's that or what, but um if it's not, which most likely isn't because I don't really see many people putting that to work. Like it's kind of rare.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
the fact that they had like separate content folders for like the new plugins seems like
yeah.
they might that they're definitely on their way to like trying to create something like that if they are not. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But I would like to see that comment that Ab McCree wrote, you know what I'm saying, and
I
check it
could
out.
pull it up right now if you want. We could look at it.
Yeah, let's pull it up because like this streaming, that's crazy if he said that that's not even possible, And I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure he knows. Like he seems like a pretty like smart guy when it comes to like computer stuff and all that. So he
Hmm.
probably knows what he's talking about as well.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I could put it on the screen or just read it. So,
Let me
it
pull
says,
you.
so the reason why disk streaming is not possible is the internal memory and CPU. The
Okay.
Force got disk streaming because the configuration is different. Disk streaming is, believe it or not, very CPU intensive. Ironic seeing that it's supposed to help, right? The main reason why the Machine Plus is wrecked because of disk streaming. I'd like to record a song in the MPC as much as the next man, but 8 audio tracks is good enough, in my opinion. Especially seeing you can clip, record, bounce, etc. So I don't know if that explains it. If you follow that, like I don't completely follow that. You know more of this technical stuff
Well,
as
he's
far as
basically
like
talking about the reason why disk streaming wouldn't be possible in the NPC is
right.
because the CPU and the internal. So basically, what we was talking about with having 4 gigs of RAM and like the CPU being 4 cores. So like he's saying that disk streaming is very CPU intensive. So like the
Mm,
CPU, like it will if the CPU is being challenged or being, what I'm saying, like put to its paces, then it's gonna take away from the performance of everything else. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. Yeah, see.
So and then everything else he was saying, he was basically talking about like recording in the NPC, right? He said
Yeah,
eight audio tracks is good enough.
right. So and I think that's kind of the more standard reason why people want this streaming, and
Yeah.
possibly for audio tracks and long samples. So for me, I'm just like in this other world where like, you know, I want my key groups to work seamlessly like they would, um like on any other keyboard workstation.
Yeah. Well,
So
like I said, if they could get it right, man, and like honestly, this right here, they're showing this, and if this is true, if it's true, because like I said, this is purely speculation. I wish I had an inside source that could give me like, because I went and seen my dude, like my people that I know at Guitar Center, and like they walking around really like the Secret Service around there. They ain't giving up nothing because I guess people been getting fired for like even
yeah.
talking about it. So it's like there's nobody giving no information or not. or nothing about it. So, but 8 gigs of RAM, like I see somebody in the chat, Jamie Rice, saying that 8 gigs of RAM is not enough. I would beg to differ. Like 16 gigs, you'd be uh
Why not? Why wouldn't it
fairly
be?
sure.
Yeah.
I think
Enough
eight
for
gigs of
what
RAM.
exactly?
Um, I don't know if he's talking about this streaming or whatnot, but as far as handling the programs and stuff or the plugins, like I think 8 gigs is like totally enough because we was working with plugins like like crazy plugins, like even with Native Instruments on like 4 to 8 gigs of RAM back in the day, like with FL Studio and stuff like that. So
Mm,
like it doesn't take a lot of RAM and like CPU power to like handle like plugins. Where you start to get into trouble is when you start, like trying to process graphics, trying to process video, stuff like that. Things like that like are more intensive when it comes to like the CPU and maybe like something like disk streaming. I'm not too familiar on how like CPU intensive like disk streaming would. I wouldn't have thought that it would be that like taxing because basically it's just taking like what I'm saying.
yeah, I thought it was the opposite. Like, just takes everything off of the CPU or the RAM and just streams it.
Well,
But
I thought it was something like a catch, right? So it's like you have like this plugin, right? And you want to load a certain plugin. So once you load up the actual like plugin and you're using it, then it's like in a cache or whatever. What do you call that? A cache or
right,
whatever. And then once you're done using it, then it empties the cache. You know what I'm saying? So it takes up a little space. Then once
sort
it's
of.
done, then it empties it. That's what I thought
Mm,
more of what it's like.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it really doesn't take that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some of these plugins that we've had back in the day have been like, you look at complete, complete, I was running complete on like I said, like FL Studio and stuff, like with a computer that had 8 gigs of RAM. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So like I think 8 gigs, especially because this is the thing that people gotta remember too. It's like Akai is not just they're not just making these plugins and they're just making them like for everything. All these plugins are going to be optimized and made specifically for this Akai Mpc keyboard. So if that's the case, then like it's going to even use even less power, or CPU is and RAM just because it's optimized. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Okay.
Let's check in on the chat. Who we got? Chat's going up now.
Yeah.
We got KB420. How many voices does it have? The NPC has 64 voices, which
So
is
we talk
great.
about polyphony. You could do 64 notes. Is that what it is? When
Yeah,
we referring
voices.
to voices?
Well, voices can be two things, man. Cause like voices, like on my motif over here, like different sounds. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I think he's referring to polyphony. Um,
the machine, but not great for keyboard samplers. Keyboard samplers in 2020 should have
well,
128
there's
voices.
actually there's 32 polyphony on the NPC. Like if you go into the master section, I could set it to 32 at most.
Yeah.
But maybe that's like stereo. I don't know. I remember back with the older NPCs, you would have that's how it would work. I don't know if that works across all samplers, but like a note or one pad would be a single polyphony, unless it was a stereo sample, it would be two, and then like I think effects like took up polyphony as well.
Yeah, just be a little bit more specific, KB. Let us know what you're talking about. We'll try to answer. Ghetto Style says that actually looks like Akai's official background they use. So
Hmm.
yeah, he could have got this off of just took it, scanned it off of the Akai website, and then just made this. But like I said, like
Yeah,
he took some time creating this. And this, like I said, if I wish I had my box right now, because this is like if you remember when you got your NPC live box, like on the back
yeah,
of it, this is like the same format that it's in, right?
okay, yeah.
I'm
I
pretty
think you're
sure.
right.
I can't say if I'm 100%, but I want to say that that's how it looked, just like this. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
So Ghetto Styles got the zip. He got the zip mouth.
Of course.
He can't say too much. Brian Espinoza, I would say I would say hype is okay in the world workstations. You can't mess with the montage or the phantom sounds. Well, yeah, they those sounds are amazing. Like I said,
Mm.
I have a Motif 88 over here. It's like one of the originals. It's like the staple keyboard like for the church. You know what I'm saying? This is the one
Yeah.
that you find in every church. You know what I'm saying? But even the sounds in that thing still are crazy. Like crazy sounds for, you know what I'm saying, something that's like that old. So yeah, Yamaha and Roland,
It's
they definitely have great sounds.
it's pretty crazy though that they've made like the cheaper stripped down versions, like of the
Yeah,
montage, because the montage is like $4,000, right?
yeah,
Three, at least three, and then they made the Mod X, the Mod X, and you can
yeah.
get that for like $1,300. And
Well,
then they
see,
got
like,
the Roland O's that just came out, and those are $1,300. And I think you're getting the same sounds, but you're not getting like all the feature set, but the same sounds, you know?
well, the keyboards, like you can do a lot with those workstations. You can actually make like full productions, like full beats and stuff in those, and like map them out. But when people buy those, that's not what they typically use them for. Those are typically used for like live settings. For people use them, take them in and play them.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying, in live situations. So the build quality on those are really nice. I don't know if you've ever touched like a Yamaha montage or like
no,
one of those. Like the montage is like built like a
uh,
tank. It's like all like
yeah, imagine.
yeah, it's dope. But like as far as the application, people don't really use it for like something like the MPC would be used for. Like this keyboard, like people are gonna actually use it to make beats and stuff like that.
Right, right,
They'll use the montage as a sound module, kind of
for
like what
sure.
I'm doing, like running like my stuff through like a mixer and then through pedals or whatever, and then
Yeah,
like coming into like a DAW or a MPC, but not typically for like a music production thing itself. So why pay $4,000 when I can just get like a you know something else? So I think that was a smart move on them to like make dumbed down versions of them because it makes it more uh enticing for people who might want to get it just for a sound module. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I care about the build quality, but I don't care about it that much to pay $4,000 for something. You know what I'm saying? If I'm just gonna use it for a sound module, you get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, for sure.
So KB 420 says I agree. Kind of behind. 8 gigs of RAM is not enough. We kind of went over that. 16 gigs would be ideal for anything. Like you can run pretty much anything with 16 gigs. I was streaming I was streaming like 720p like video games like on my computer with 16 gigs. So, you know what I'm saying? You can do a lot with 16 gigs. You can do a lot with 8 gigs when it comes to audio, you know.
Yeah, if we're just talking about like plugins or like
Yeah.
sounds. I
Yeah.
mean, they used to just do creative stuff. I think like some of those keyboards have really small amounts of actual sample data in them, and they just did crazy stuff with like looping and I don't know sampling tricks, whatever.
Yeah. So it looks like Damn no says I guess it runs the same SoC found in the Live and the X1 and the X with extra RAM. Yes, if it does have extra RAM, because remember, this is speculation. We don't know for a fact if this is going to happen. We will find out next week, though, because this is set as far as like all the rumors and everything to drop on the 23rd, along with 2.3. I mean 2.11. So when 2.11 comes out, that's when they're supposed to drop this thing, supposedly. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I don't know if they it doesn't say on here that they have like hard drive space. I hope that they would have like a place to put a hard drive, because that would be like a drawback for me too. Like, if you allow like the X and the Live to like have like expansions for hard drive, they should allow this thing to have a expansion for that as well too. It shouldn't be that hard to do. What do you think about that, Lifted?
I don't know, man. I was kind of daydreaming.
Oh, you was daydreaming?
Yeah, I was a little bit daydreaming, just thinking about this thing, and just I, I just I just hope that the key groups don't get like wasted and left behind. You probably heard me mention this, and we were earlier talking about how there's samples in some of these plugins, and like there's got to be with the new ones that are you know seem to be sample based. I just hope they make like some kind of a plugin that can play your key groups, and like maybe they give you like a folder. There'll be like a folder where you put um
Yeah.
user samples, user content, and you could just drag your expansions in there or your key groups and like pick your favorite ones and just drop them in there and be able to use them through a plugin track. So,
Yeah, bro, that would be dope, man. I'm gonna just start displaying these on here, and then if we can hit them, then no future proof. Yeah, you definitely right. But I mean, if you look at it, I mean, like, there's really no future proof with the NPC lives, but they keep like innovating and making them better. Like, I would have never thought they was gonna drop like VSTs or like plugins on the live too, and they were able to do it. That's because they're optimizing these. Whoever the softwares are, they're making this stuff specifically for NPC. So you know, with 8 gigs
mhm.
of RAM, that would still give you some leeway to like make it better. Now, as far as keeping up with like the what the industry is doing, like, no, but the NPC is already proven that it doesn't need to be like everything else. It doesn't have to be a DAW. You know, they gave us like the software integration where you can plug this thing in and uh, be in controller mode, so you can take advantage of like everything your computer can offer. So you kind of got the best of both worlds. You got like a hardware, piece of hardware that you can take and use like standalone, and you can plug it in and use the power of your computer too. So you know,
That was one thing with in controller mode because I'm completely ignorant to. When you plug it in, your touch screen becomes useless. Is that true?
what
Or
when
can
you
you
when
use?
you when you're doing in controller mode?
Yeah, is it just like
Oh no.
like a colored screen? It's not.
No, when you plug it in
Okay,
when you do like when I
you
use it
just
in controller mode, I still use like I never barely even touch the computer. I still use it as
okay,
like an NPC,
okay.
like regular. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know why I had thought like it was just like when you start to put it in controller mode, it's like this pink or blue screen and it just sits there. I don't know
Yeah,
why I
no,
was thinking that today. I think someone had mentioned that about the Scott Storch video on IG, and they're like
yeah.
they said they put in the comments they said I don't think those are sounds from the keyboard. I think they're connected to a computer, and it made it seem like the screen was just like blacked
Well, if,
out or colored out and stuff. I
well,
don't
I
know.
think I think site had a picture of like the leak plugins, and one of the plugins is supposed to be a computer. I mean, a keyboard plugin. So,
What
who
does that mean?
knows, man? Like, I mean, like, let's just be honest. Like,
Hmm.
okay, like maybe hype synth isn't something like, maybe it's not like montage sounds or something like that. But as far as like the sounds that it has some great sounds, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They don't sound like they're not bad. They're good sounds, bro. So like if they're innovating on that front and really trying to jump into the MP or the VST game, then you got to think that like the plugins, these new plugins are going to be better too. So
Yeah,
who knows, Hopefully
yeah.
that
I mean,
is.
if some of it is as good as like F9 instruments, some of that stuff was pretty dope.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd be happy with that. And if I have the ease of like being able to sort through presets like you can with the plugins, then I'll be happy with that. And I'll even pay for some of them. Do you want to look at this though, real quick? Because I can zoom in. This is a nice little picture. But
Yeah.
just kind of look at it and kind of
Yeah,
meditate on it a bit.
you want
Um,
me to pull that up too? Because I got it
yeah, go
in
ahead and pull
here.
it. Pull it. Well, I can like. Can you do stuff like this?
Yeah, I can zoom it in. Yeah, with my what's
Okay.
the name? So let's do first screen share, and
I was
then
just kind of like meditating on the way they decided to label it. So,
so where we want to look at.
well, I would just look at like it says MPC key 61, and underneath it says standalone MPC synthesizer keyboard. So,
Yeah,
like, I had some crazy thought, like, what if this isn't even a sampler? You know, that's kind of crazy because, right, it's the MPC. So, I guess they just got to choose what wording they want to put in there and what not to.
well,
I guess just it saying MPC implies that it's a sampler, but they decided to word it synthesizer,
yeah,
MPC synthesizer keyboard rather than MPC sampling synthesizer or sampler and synthesizer.
yeah.
I don't know. Just had just a weird thought there.
Well, I mean, like they really are trying to get on the wave of like being like, what I'm saying, like doing the digital product. So what I'm saying, like basically all the stuff that you get and like they're built-in sounds, but it's just like having like just having like different VSTs inside your like motif or your rolling, because you can even expand them, like they create like the legacy ones, like you could get the rolling Juno or whatever, you could get that put into your rolling Phantom. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically the same thing. So and that makes
Mm.
that technically makes it like a synthesizer, especially if you can like mess with like different oxulators. I can't say that word right. Oculators,
Oscillator.
oscillators. There you go. Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you for helping me with that. But you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, like when you can change different stuff like that, it does turn it into like kind of a synthesizer where you can change different like parameters and stuff like in it. So it's kind of like a hybrid, you know.
Yeah. But I think the idea of a store is pretty cool. And it'd be nice if they just put it right there on a touchscreen and you can go and select what you want to use or want to purchase.
Yeah,
And it'd all be like just through Wi-Fi rather than having to like transfer stuff. Because that is the one thing that makes Splice appealing to me, that it has the integration where you can just wirelessly download sounds. Although it just doesn't work with the MPC, it's pretty horrible. You get like a lot of empty files, but yeah, just
yeah,
that little concept is cool. So I like that.
yeah. I have had that happen too, but for the most part, it's worked pretty good for me, man. I remember one time like this thing downloading like 800 files, you know, like from Splice, because like
Mm,
I like got like a whole thing, like I probably go on mine and I probably got like over 1,000 credits because I just be forgetting that I even have it, and I got so many
yeah.
samples already. You know what I'm saying? But
Uh-huh.
I do hate sometimes that you get like blank files, but I don't get a lot of them.
Really?
I don't know if that's the same for you, and
No,
I don't
more
know if that.
blank files than not over here.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
I don't know, like if it, because I do, like a lot of that stuff when it's being transferred over internet, like sometimes that has to do with like the connection or internet speed. So
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
Possibly.
Like I told you, I'm rolling with like the 1,000 megabytes over here.
Yeah.
So let me see this thing right here. Yeah, eight gigs on the. I have the M1 Mac Mini with 8 gigs, and like I said, I've used it to stream videos. I said 16 gigs, but no, it's the 8 gig version. I wish I would have got the 16 gig version, but the 8 gig version I could run 720p 60 frames a second, like video games on Twitch while I'm streaming. You know what I'm saying? So you can definitely do a lot with 8 gigs if stuff is optimized. That's the thing. It's like having things being optimized. Let me see. We're gonna keep going. The number one producer from Charlotte. Is that you, General G Marauder Black? You the number one producer in Charlotte? What's good? Got Ghetto Styles. Honestly, I don't even care if this streaming all that much. I do want more RAM though. That will potentially allow more tracks and plugins if you use too many plugins or tracks. You
Why
hit a
doesn't it
wall.
why doesn't it bother y'all that you have like if you open a key group and multiple key groups and you save a project, you have that key group in the project and you also have it in every other project that you saved it in and used it in, and plus you have it in the expansions. Y'all don't care because you got like these huge hard drives, I guess. I don't know why it bothers me. It's just a weird thing to me.
Well, I think it's actually cool because that way, like because I've had things happen. So for instance, I never have any problems when I make beats, what I'm saying, when I'm not using like VSTs from my computer. Because like you said, all the stuff is saved into the project file, right? But like let's say like what happened with my MPC, like when I switched all my stuff over from my MacBook Pro over to the M1 Mac.
Hmm.
Some of the plugins I forgot to load up or I forgot to put on the computer. So when I tried to load up certain programs, it wouldn't load those sounds because they're not actually in there. That's that disk stream
Gotcha.
and stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? It tells it
Sure.
where it's at and stuff, so I can look for it and then put it on there and use the sounds.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
without the actual VST like loaded on there, when it wouldn't load it, you know.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I
you'll
see
never
your
have to worry about that with like the way that they do with the key groups and stuff like that because it's attached to the actual
gotcha.
project.
Yeah, I can see your pros from this for sure.
Yeah, standalone. People are waking up. Yeah, we do. We got 21 people in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys being here. Lift the noise. We both appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying, coming and checking in with us and stuff. And sharing this because like I know like we are, a lot of you guys are excited about this thing and what it could potentially be. So I don't know why Akai is being so secretive about it though. That like makes me wonder, too. Key
Yeah.
design features. Yeah, the chat is going crazy.
Um,
Yeah, General
yeah, I don't.
General B says he's the best. All right, bro, you're gonna have to show me something,
Why
man.
why is he just coming in here just saying shit like that? Just,
he just want to let it be known, man. He the
just let
best in
everyone know.
Charlotte, man. He the
I
best in
didn't see
Charlotte.
that comment.
Yeah, it was up here a little bit. He said he the best producer from Charlotte. Yeah. We got Ali Star up in here. What's up, Ali Star?
Ali
What's
Star was good.
Yeah, Ali Star, like, you always stopping through showing love, man. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Watching from St. Kitts in the watching from St. Kitts in the Caribbean. Hey, what's up, bro? We got the Caribbean up in here. I need to be where you at, bro. In the Caribbean. Me, I think maybe Lift the Noise needs more sun than me. I don't need no more sun though. Okay, it get too dark. I'm
Yeah,
already a little too dark. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I've been
But
getting a little bit.
you got that California sun over there. Where you at though?
Yeah, but I just stay in the house with the NPC and at work. You know what I mean? So
That's what's up, man. See, that's what the NPC. That's what NPC life would do to you, man. Keep you in the house.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Um, I don't know. I'm just looking at this, just speculating some more. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what these some of the buttons are. Because you got a lot of buttons on here, right?
Yeah.
Any idea?
Like I said, we know we're gonna get like we looked at these over here. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. I gotta zoom it over here.
Yeah.
Oops. Let's go back.
Someone was
So
saying
right
there's
here, right
in
here, that's the pad banks right here. That's the
yeah,
banks.
that one was kind of easy to assess right there.
Yeah, this is probably most likely over here because it's close to the pads and stuff like this. This is gonna be probably like maybe like your undo and stuff like that. Like maybe note repeat stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. Your
Here we
un
go.
your undo and stuff over here is probably gonna be down here.
Full
See?
level, 16
Yeah.
level.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, over here we got the standard launchpad stuff, and then like
What's okay? That's the Q link button above the big encoder cursor knob right there,
yeah.
and then underneath it, it's like plus and minus.
Mm-hmm. Plus and minus, like we got on the live too. I
Mm.
wonder what you use. I've never used those buttons. Have you ever used the plus and
No,
minus?
not
Like
really.
I don't really know
But
what the functionality for those are, to be honest.
um, let me see. Yeah, I guess depending on what you're selected, I can go up and down my sequences and my tracks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never use those. Like they're just two buttons that will always work really good because I never press them.
It doesn't make any sense really. Like unless it, because you can only navigate. You can't do anything with them until you select it on the touchscreen. So it's kind of like an option other than the knob to be able to go up and down, just with buttons instead, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, that's well, this like even this like if we looking at this right here too, like this transport looks a little different than what we typically see, because usually like on the NPC it says overdub, stop, play, play, start. This like has like the actual like maybe it's gonna mean the same thing, but it
Yeah,
like actually has the symbols on there for like record and stuff like that and play and stop and
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
so do these buttons do the same thing? And like these buttons are different too. Those look like arrows. So can you like,
Huh. Yeah.
like stopping like or like, on the DAW where you can go back? Like if you start
Whenever.
some and you want to go back or go or skip forward, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, like the playhead, maybe like be
Yeah.
able to. That's interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like a playhead skip forward, you know what I'm saying? Or go all the way page right or
Yeah,
or
yeah,
go all the way to the end or all the way to the beginning. You
that'd
know
be
what I'm saying?
useful. Do you think that's
Yeah.
a next to the arrows? Is that like a loop? Is it a
Like
loop symbol possibly?
like right here in the middle.
Yeah, right there, exactly.
Yeah, that could possibly be. You know what I'm saying?
And those are more arrows, right? Aren't they? To the right of them, or what?
Yeah. So this looks like an arrow left and right. This looks like something different, and then this looks like another arrow left and right. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like one of these might be like like go like 5 seconds or go like nudge left, nudge right, and then these
Yeah,
two over here could be like page left, page right, go to the end or end or
yeah,
or start. You know what I'm saying? Or end.
yeah. Ellie
Start it
started
in.
saying it's locate event buttons. That's exactly what you're saying, I think.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And who said somebody asked, we don't know how much it's gonna cost, bro. Speculation right now, like even in this video that we just watched, if you go back, that was on who was that? Sample Kings. He said that he got a source from Sweetwater that says it's gonna be 26. But I don't know how true that is. We had somebody in NPC gang say that it was 1800. Somebody who actually, I think, actually worked for Guitar Center, and he was an employee that actually got fired for like leaking the box, like the picture of the box on online. So Akai, they haven't been playing with this stuff, man. They've been going hard like at people that's like been trying to leak the stuff or been leaking actual information. So, you know, yeah. And Ali says it's the same as same as on the X. Yeah, see the X has like that's what I'm saying. Like it looks like we're gonna get a lot of like features that's like mixed between the
Hmm.
the three.
Okay,
It's
so the
definitely
X
gonna
has X has that same transport
Yeah, it has
section.
like similar stuff like right here where we see it says Ali Star says. Um we're definitely gonna get more buttons and shortcuts than we have on the live too. And it looks like it's gonna be a little bit less than what we have on the live. I mean, not the live, but the one in the X, because the X and the live, I mean, the X and the one have like full transport buttons, I believe, right?
Full transport? What do you mean?
You know, like they have like a shortcut for everything. You can push a button or push a shortcut and get to whatever screen you want to.
Oh yeah. There's toggle and then like there's like a double press, I think, for some buttons. Like the mix, there's a mix button and underneath it's sampler.
Yeah. Well, I know
But
on the
you
on the
have to do like a double, like a real quick double press, I believe. Yeah, to get to the sampler.
well, when I was in Guitar Center the other day, man, they had a one on display, and I was actually looking at it, and it has like, it seems like every button that you would need to like navigate the
Yeah.
software or the hardware. You know what I'm saying, on the one.
Yeah.
So, and I know the X is like that. The X like just has too many with 16 Q links. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that definitely makes it.
It
You
is
know what I'm
interesting
saying?
how though you get used to the muscle memory with like some of the presses, how like the buttons on the live too. Um, like if you just click it once, it toggles
Yeah.
between screens, but then like you do a double press. You know what I mean? Do you do that?
Yeah, I do that all the time. I do double
Yeah.
presses. Like I still like I'm so used to the live one, I still use like the pad shortcuts. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I have like some dedicated buttons now for like some of the stuff that I use, but I'm just so used to using the pad shortcuts now that I just still use them. You know what I'm saying?
It's like when you hold the menu button. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like when you hold the menu button and then push like the corresponding pad. And it's
Mhm.
dope that they have that feature where you can move like your screens around too. So like, you know, I would like to have
Yeah.
like program edit and like sample edit on like pad 1 and 2, because that's like the one that I use, you
Well,
know,
did
use
you
that the most.
notice? Did you notice there's a like a favorites thing? So I probably won't even move them around, but I'll add my favorites where you can have like 4 or 5 on the side, and it pulls out.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I seen that. Yep. That's
yeah,
pretty dope.
yeah.
Whatever,
I'll
you know what
definitely
I'm
use that.
saying? It looks like they did like a lot of hardware fixes with or like, you know, made it more um the workflow a lot faster with the new update. I honestly can't wait for the update to come out, man. I know you can't. You taking like a whole day off, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm taking a 4-day weekend.
You taking, look, this man taking the whole vacation for 2.11, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna work a whole 2 days that week. So
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I can't. I ain't gonna be able to get it. I'm probably gonna be tired though, because like I'm gonna have to figure it out to where I can like get some sleep or whatever, and be ready to go. Because as soon as it drop, I'll probably take my MPC to work with me that night and make
yeah,
sure as soon as it drops, I load it on my MPC so I can get to work when I get home from work, because I gotta work next Thursday.
yeah,
So
for sure. I probably won't even be able to sleep that night. I mean, I'm already on this roll where it's like it's almost 5 a.m. So I'm probably just gonna be up until the sunrise and waiting for Andy Mack's voice.
yeah, Andy Mack. Yeah.
Yeah,
A UK voice coming through the screen like, yes, 2.11. You know what I'm saying? We got
yeah,
Keith, we got Cool Teeth. He says he's craving the 2.11 too.
yeah. We only got what we got 7 more days, 1 week.
Yeah, 1 week we there, bro. We about to be there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, crazy.
So,
I
you know,
mean,
we
shoot,
what'd you say?
I, I'm most excited to get my hands on the plugins. I think really,
Yeah, me too. See, the thing is we're wondering like what we're gonna get and what we're not, because I believe that we're gonna get something, but I don't believe we're gonna get everything. And like if you look at some of the screens for the leak plugins, I wish I had that picture. But some of the pictures say like, you know, like there's fabric and then there's fabric XL. So that makes you wonder, are we gonna get fabric? And then you have to pay for like the XL version. You know what I'm saying? Like I
hmm,
think I seen like a couple or things that was like that on the like on the leak photo of the plugins. So, you
Yeah.
know, we know that we're going to have to pay for some of these, but are we going to get some of these for free, or like maybe like the light versions, you know what I'm saying? And then like, you know, they give you like a choice, you know, because I would kind of like think that they would want to do that, because why would you want to buy the new ones before you get to like demo them? I like the demo shit before I buy it or see
Yeah.
other people use it, you know what I'm
That's what
saying?
I was thinking. Like if they do the store and they have like an icon where you can get to it from the NPC itself, and you
Yeah.
can like download or just even like a little demo version.
Yeah. You know what I'm
That
saying?
would be
Like,
nice.
because I would like to demo it, you know, and
Yeah.
sometimes sometimes you know that on the there, yeah, there it goes. Let me pull you up. And sometimes you know that see, like, you see that fabric right here, the fabric,
Yeah, this one. Yeah. Right here.
yeah,
I'll
you
zoom
got,
in.
yeah, you got fabric, and then you got fabric XL, you know what I'm saying? And then that's like I see, like, you know, you got electric, you got fabric piano, you got this, you know, this piano right here, you got stage piano. So maybe we get one of those for free, and then they make you pay for the other two. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like,
Yeah. Possibly.
and you know, like I said, you
Yeah.
know,
It's
like,
kind of like with contact. They'll give you contact. Like if you get I think if you get like a downloaded, there's like always like a free version, right?
yeah,
And it comes with like a small amount of instruments that come from, like, you know what I mean, complete,
hmm,
or yeah. So
yeah. So
maybe
you can
this is
do that. You can get like the, you know, the standard ones and stuff. But like if you want like the Alicia Keys like piano, you have to get like the big bundle, or you have to pay for it separately. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So yeah, like I'm like that's a lot of plugins too. Like how many we got right here? It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 different plugins that we're looking at, you know, and that's including the ones that we already have. So that bring like the count all the way to like 17, the
yeah,
total instruments. And I
yeah,
think that's a nice little catalog of instruments when you add in your key groups and stuff that you have, because the key
yeah,
I don't see key groups going away, because there's still so many good ones. Like, you know, the F9 key group is amazing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Oh, some of those sounds are great.
yeah,
Uh,
like I was telling Sight, I think that the key groups are gonna turn into like a like basically like probably like a community thing, where like they start focusing more on like the like VSTs and stuff like that, and then let the community create key groups for it, you know what I'm saying? So I think
hmm,
that's what it's gonna turn into.
hmm.
And they'll probably like have some people like you know, create like some custom
Yeah,
ones for the group, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
No,
either
but this,
way, go
yeah.
ahead.
Go. No, you go ahead.
I was just saying, like, either way, like whichever way they do it, you know, these are all digital products. So like the margins for this stuff, you know, um, it's gonna be great profit for them. So that's why I'm hoping that this thing is gonna be 1,800, because even if they're like making a little bit of profit and like, you know, maybe taking a hit, they would still be making money off of the digital sales. They don't need to like hike this thing up, and then because if they do, they're not going to sell as many units. And then if I already have to pay for like this thing, if I have to pay like that much money, this better come with every single one. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
it
for
better
sure.
they better be like the upgraded versions. You know, even at 1,800, I feel like I should get that with it being
It
a
should,
newer device.
well, all the new plugins.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's got to, because if its selling point is sounds, it's a synthesizer
Yeah,
or workstation. Yeah, they definitely gotta include those. But it's exciting because this opens up I think a new market for us to get plugins, because people have been wanting third party plugins, but it just seems like they're making their own, you know, what do you call it, ecosystem of sounds, which is pretty cool, because we could probably just see more of these coming in and more
yeah.
options. You know, you can pick and choose, and I got no problem paying for quality sounds if they're quality. I spend a lot of money on complete and contact stuff, and you know,
Yeah,
I don't even. It's wasted now because I don't even go there anymore. But
yeah, I don't know why though, man. Because I'm telling you, man, those sounds, bro. I got complete ultimate. That was one thing that was making me mad is because for the longest time that my my Live 2 didn't work with the M1 Mac as far as it would recognize it and allow me to use the software. I could use the software, but I couldn't use the MPC as a controller. The controller part wouldn't work. So I love using my sounds, bro. Like the sounds that come from Complete are like freaking crazy,
yeah,
man. I paid like $1,600 for mine. So, it's Complete Ultimate, like the collector's edition or something, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
It's like the one with like all the like classical instruments and stuff too.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I gotta step away.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you'll be able to cut, copy, and paste on tracks, bro. You know what I'm saying? That would be something left up to determine. I know that I'm pretty sure we can't do that right now. And then you ask, can we put our own samples in the drum programs? I'm hoping that they create something like that as well. That's one thing that me and Sight talked about. If you guys haven't checked that stream out, we have a stream where me and I am Sight actually went over like some of this stuff too, and like speculated on what we thought, and kind of conversed. And we was hoping that they create some type of like synthesizer or drum program, kind of like what Logic has in it. Logic has a sampler where you can put your own sounds in it and then create like your own, synth or your own like drums and stuff from it. And a lot of different dolls and stuff have things like that where you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So um DS Rob, peace to you, bro, too. Peace to you. We got Fabric version plugins. Yeah, from looks like we have a couple Fabric plugins, but like I said, this one right here we see Fabric and then Fabric XL. So what is that about? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what makes me think that we might get some of these for, with 2.11, you know, but then, like the XL version we might have to pay for. You know what I'm saying? So Fabric is the most interesting to see. The rest of the new plugins look like they would be sample based plugins. Yeah, I'm excited about the studio strings. I like classical sounding instruments and stuff. So I wonder how good that's gonna be. Let's go down here and see what we got. That's a good point right here. Drew Java. I hope I said that right. Says I don't know why we need high specs. 4 gigs should be plenty. I was making beats in 2006 with 2 gigabytes of RAM and a first gen Core 2 Duo. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. That's what I was telling one of the guys in here earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't really need a lot of like processing power to like get stuff done. That stuff only matters when it comes to like, the speed of it, load times, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously like when you're working with more stuff, the load times matter. If you have like huge key groups, it makes it the load times for like loading projects or saving projects is long. But also, that'll actually allow us to have more instances too. So like right now, I feel like 2 gigs isn't enough. And if you're somebody who does like dance, like if you do like dance stuff and whatever, I'm pretty sure there's ways that you can optimize like in workarounds. But like 8 instances of like a plugin, I feel like they could bump that up. Because like right now in Logic, I can go and I can use so many more like instances on my M1 Mac of like, as many plugins as I want, before I start to run into issues of like, the buffer, like before it starts buffering or, the CPU starts to get taxed. It starts taxing the RAM in the CPU. So So like might be a third party purchase opportunity system too. Yeah, could be. That's Ollie Star. Put that. Let's see what we got. Wow, that just jumped on me. Wow. We got a lot of people in here, bro.
Oh yeah. What are we looking
Yeah.
at? I don't see the numbers.
Well, it's 23 people in here. I'm just saying the chat's going. The chat's I can't keep up with it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Well,
just gonna start. I'm gonna look at them and I'm gonna read the ones that I think like would make the most sense for what we're talking about or whatever. I do want to shout out everybody that's in here though. Shout out for being here and thank you. Like once again, you know what I'm saying. You guys let us know in the chat too. Are you guys excited? Like how excited are you guys? What's your gas meter on? Because my gas meter is probably on like 20 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? So what you guys running? You guys running nines, 10? Like how excited are you guys to like see this thing and like actually play with it? And if you are you gonna cop one? Let us know in the comments.
can I check out some of the comments? I don't know
Yeah.
if you went over these while I walked away, but I thought it was funny. Roger said key groups are retro, but you can't favorite key groups or drum kits. Did you go over that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I did notice there's a feature where you can like put whole folder locations. So that's pretty cool. So you could have a folder full of like kicks and just be able to click on that and go through your kicks and stuff.
Yeah, and that's dope because you have that in like most of your DAWs. Like FL Studio is good for that. You can create like your own like little folders and recall them whenever you want. I think that's going to be a great feature that they bring. Just being organized because really, like as much as we want to talk about, having all these plugins and key groups and stuff like that, for the most part, most producers use the same stuff over and over again because they're so used to it and it gives them the sound that they want.
Yeah.
They'll venture out, a little bit here and a little bit there and just to try new things or see what they got. But like I honestly forget, sometimes I forget like all the stuff that I actually have because I typically stick to like
Yeah.
a lot of the same stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've been trying to step out of that though. The last couple beats I was working on, because then I just
Yeah.
end up making the same beat.
Yeah. I just try to switch up like how I make the beats like if I feel like a different feel and stuff like that. The sounds
Yeah.
don't really necessarily matter if because a different drum like sound or beat can change up like the way a song is, or like if you make something hard and you think you're gonna put like a dope or like a hard 808 to it, but you actually put like a piano and like some low and like a sub bass or
Mhm.
something, it just totally changes the atmosphere.
I want to mention this one idea I had that I said before, but about like the browser. I think it would be dope if they just had little buttons that were like that would tag sound. So like, you know how you can search in the browser now and type in a word and it'll find the samples that have that in it. Like it would be cool if they had the buttons on the screen from the new sound browser, and just pressing that button would be like populating that search. So it's the same, it would be like the same as typing it in, but you would just have a button for it.
Yeah, that's like they call those macros, I believe. So
Okay.
like so like um Avid has like uh a plugin that you can use on on your Mac, and it kind of does that where you can push a button and it like it like does a certain function. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
And you can set up different macros, so you can set it to like do like what you just said. Like you can have like the computer soft like shortcuts like in a group,
mm,
and they'll trigger and then they'll take you exactly where you want to go. Pretty
yeah,
sweet.
yeah, that's that.
Let me see. The Force has that. He says the Force has that, Raul.
What's that? That has that little what I was just talking about.
Yeah, he said for basic sounds, kick snares, etc.
Okay, cool.
So once again, the Force has some stuff that we don't have. Boo.
Oh, they have a lot of stuff. They got that arranger you want. When are you gonna get your Force?
I know, man. I ain't getting no Force, man.
No.
I don't like the way I don't like the way it's set up, man. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, for people who like it, I guess it works for a certain selected people, but it's just like,
sure.
and then I wouldn't really have anywhere to put it in my studio unless I put it on a stand. I have to put it on like some type of like stand like next to me or something like that because it would take up too much space on my desk.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew Java, man, that's exactly what I was saying. He's saying we need a plugin that loads key groups.
Yeah, they definitely. I believe they could definitely do that, man. Basically all it would be was like um what you call it, and it's kind of like that if you think about it, like already because you go to the browse and it's right there. Why don't they just make that like a plugin where you can just go in there and then you can just recall it from there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like you can load it in and then you could just go to your whichever expansion you want and just load the preset or the sound, the key group in there, and just be
yeah.
able to cycle through your key groups. Let me
Right.
see. Jezza, I imagine we could write our own. I imagine we can write our own scripts for the NPC. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying, Jezza. Can you be specific? Shout out to you too, man. You always showing love, bro. Appreciate you. Drew says everybody that wasn't the one. I clicked on the wrong one. He said he wished the browser was more like the machine. Just want to find sounds by type, not by what plugin it is. Just want to find this by type, not what plugin it is. Yeah, yeah. They could create like a because I know what you're talking about. They have the plugin and for native instruments that allows you to do that. Just type in what type of sound you want and it'll bring it up. I forgot what it's called. It comes with complete. He says everybody sleeps on the Force. Yeah, I'm not a big Force person. You want the Force, Raul?
Nah, I mean, it seems to have a lot of cool features, but yeah, it doesn't. It's not appealing, really. But I mean, it's got a lot of what you would want. It's got the built-in phantom power. It's got the audio tracks in the arranger. But no, not really. It doesn't
Yeah,
look physically appealing, so I don't know.
yeah. That's one thing that I don't like about it either. But like, yeah, that's the only thing I feel like the NPC is really missing for me is like the arranger. If they when they give us the arranger, bro, I'm gonna be one of the happiest people on earth. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just so used to like that doll like arranger look. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against
Yeah,
song mode. I just like the arranger
yeah,
better.
yeah. No, I actually love song mode now.
Yeah, well, I mean that template. Like I said, I created a template based on your video and another guy's video. Like Raul has a great video on like how to create a template. So if you guys haven't seen that, you guys should probably go check that out. But that template that I made makes it easier because it's kind of like you got the song mode already set up. You know what I'm saying? So it makes it easier. So I have been using it a little bit more, but I still like for me, I think my go-to is always to like export it and then put it into like FL Studio or Logic.
Okay.
Okay. And I get what you're saying now, Jezza. So a script like basically like a macro. So like this thing that we see right here, man, like it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a game changer, man. You know what I'm saying? We know it's got semi-weighted keys. We know that it's coming with new plugins. We don't know how many it's gonna be. We got a whole bunch of IO, you know what I'm saying, or like, key We got like the function buttons. We're getting a lot more of those, you know. So you're looking like between something like the X and the and the Live 2 as far as like function buttons. We still don't know about all the IO, you know. Based on based on this right here, if this is correct, let's zoom in up. Let's zoom in on that. You know, if this is correct and we get 8 gigs of RAM, you know what I'm saying, then this thing will be more of a beast, you know. But that makes me wonder if they do put more RAM on here, if they change the CPU too. Like, are we gonna get like a bigger CPU with like maybe six to eight cores? You know, everything else on here looks like something that I think this thing will come to us. Looks like it's got two MIDI ins, four MIDI outs. If going by what this says, stereo line inputs doesn't say how many. We know that it has eight CV gates. You know, eight outputs. That's like a little. That's crazy. I wonder if that's like a real thing. Eight outputs. Why would you even need eight outputs? Honestly. Uh,
Well, I'm about hitting my cap on this. I need to get some rest, but I did want to bring this up.
okay, let's bring it up.
So I did a poll. This is a poll. It's like, how many of y'all think that there's going to be another like surprise piece of hardware? So I wanted to kind of get your thoughts maybe on this. Maybe you didn't even thought about it, but actually 34% of people actually think there'll be some other kind of MPC off of 82 votes. So yeah, I mean, a larger percentage don't think so. I mean, we haven't seen anything else leaked, but I had an interesting comment on this. Not really that clear. So someone said, isn't there a leaked schematic image of a new MPC that doesn't have a touchscreen? I saw it somewhere. So I don't know if he's just super late and he's just talking about the MPC Studio 2 controller. Because that was a while
Yeah,
ago. So
yeah,
that's
it could
probably
be
what it
that.
is. But I mean, 34% of people out of 82 votes, none of which said anything. I wonder if any of them are beta testers.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So what are your thoughts? Have you thought about that? I know you mentioned that in your video you think that maybe there's at least some other keyboard sizes like 49 keys maybe.
Well, I mean, if like it just depends. Like Akai is a big company now. Like they're not as big as some as the other companies, but they still have like money. Let's put it like that. They don't have like the money like probably like Pro Tools, Avid, things like that, but they have some money. It's very well possible that they could create multiple models. To me, in my opinion, I feel like they could create multiple models, and I think it'd be great for consumers because it would fit different budgets, right? But the challenges with that is if they keep like the IO the same, you know what I'm saying? We know that there's going to be running the same software. They can keep like the only one that I feel like they would have to change a lot dramatically, like out of the ones that I said, was the 49 key, because obviously if you make the 49 key one, that's going to be the most budget one, and it's probably going to have less IOs. I mean, less like buttons, less IO, stuff like that. So that might be challenging because it'd be like making a new product, right? With the 61, 72, and 88 keys, the only thing you're adding to it is more keys. So,
No,
that
someone said possibly the 16 Q links from the X and a flip screen.
yeah, if they do it on the
I
88,
don't know.
yeah, possible. You know what I'm
Yeah, like
saying?
on the 88 exactly.
Yeah. But the 88 would be like the big one. So they always make the big one the biggest and the baddest. And maybe that's
Sure.
something that'll
Sure.
come later. Maybe they'll see how like good these do and then like plot on making like new ones later. But we don't know because I don't think like Akai's been that great of not having leaks. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we found out about this keyboard very early, like even before
Hmm.
like pictures and stuff started popping out. Somebody found like
Yeah.
in the source code.
Right.
They found in the code that
Remember,
schematic picture.
remember the Force,
Yeah,
the NPC Force or the Akai Force key. Maybe
yeah,
that was a concept that they just didn't move forward with, possibly, or maybe
yeah.
that's dropping too. Maybe that's going to come out at the
Maybe
same time.
maybe it is, man. Like we just don't know, but they haven't been great at like hiding, being able to hide stuff.
Well,
People have been pretty
yeah,
good at finding stuff out. So
that's intentional, partly. I think the NPC Live was leaked before we even had any of these new NPCs. So
well, that's because they find this stuff in code, man. That stuff happens to Apple too. That's why so many people are able to like speculate on what Apple is releasing, because a
mhm,
lot of that stuff has to be put in the code, before it even releases, because they have to get that stuff approved and they have to get it working right and stuff. So like, you'll find certain stuff in the code, that'll give you like hints to what's coming up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because they're
gotcha.
always changing. They're always changing the software to work with the hardware, even hardware that's not out. They want to make it optimized, or they want to put in like little works to like make that stuff work, to link it together. So when it does release, it's seamless. So yeah, that's how we were able to find like, or that's how they were able to find those pictures of the schematic of this thing in the first place. The black picture that just shows like a
Hmm.
keyboard looking thing or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
So I don't know, man. If they do, that would be crazy. But I know right now this thing has just got me, like I said, it's got my gas meter. That's why I had to wear my gas shirt today. I had to
yeah,
wear it because my gas is on 20 out of 10, bro, for this
yeah.
thing.
That's a high amount of gas, bro.
Yeah.
You might need to sleep on it. We might need to just, wait. Let's wait. Just wait a little
Yeah.
while. I'm kind of feeling though, even if it gets announced on the 23rd, isn't gonna exactly be available. But
Well,
it's probably
yeah.
gonna. I think it's gonna sell out, and we might have some back orders.
Yeah, because we gotta remember, like, I think the chip shortage is still a thing right now too. So you know
Okay.
that that kind of sucks. Like I said, you know, my people at like in the area where I'm from, I think like they like weren't allowed to like talk about it, but like I know they're not getting many of them. So
Yeah. I'm on the Akai Pro website, and I'm looking at like their press releases, scrolling through it. Did you realize that they put out an MPK Rode 88 hammer action controller like a couple years ago?
no,
I don't know how that sold, but if they
they
may
have
have
a
some,
kite.
they may have some spare key beds.
Yeah, they might. They got an Akai flute on there. You see the the flute?
No, but I
It's
think
like
I've
it's
probably
like a
seen
flute.
something like,
It's
yeah,
like a flute or something.
I've seen things like that, like a MIDI wind controller,
Yeah,
or is it an actual real flute?
it's like a MIDI,
Yeah.
like a MIDI flute. Let me go here and see. Like, let's go to the company products MPC series. Let's just go to products.
So you didn't say you don't think there'll be any other NPC?
I don't think so, man. We'll see. Can you see that? Can you see the screen now?
Yeah, yeah, I see
You
that right
see,
now.
like, what is this? That's like some type of like flute thing.
Yeah.
I wonder how that works.
Can you click on it? Kai expression pedal.
Look at this. The Woo Solo.
Yeah,
So it's
electronic wind instrument, EWI. I think it may even have the sounds built into it. Yeah, it has built-in speaker. It says, so it's got yeah, samples in it.
yeah. So I mean, I guess like, can you look? Maybe you can set. Okay, you can woodwind brass players. No need to learn anything new here. All the twisted dial interface and can be switched to flute. oboe, saxophone, and oh, that's actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
So you can
There you
switch
go.
it between the different instruments.
That's what's up.
Maybe you can hook this up to your MPC Key 61, and like, you know,
No, that would be dope, you know?
yeah.
And you can play MIDI notes and stuff with it.
Yeah, so this is kind of like standalone too. So it's got the speaker on the end of it, so you can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Shoot. Well, this is we're gonna because we're going on an hour and 45 minutes. We try not to make it long. You know what I'm saying? Lift the noise. He's tired. He was telling me that he was already tired before he got on, but I dragged him into come and going live with me.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to end this, but what I will say is that is very exciting. You know what I'm saying? It's great to see like Akai, you know what I'm saying, innovating and like making new products and stuff like that. Very, very encouraging. And like the stuff that they're doing with the software, we're loving that stuff too. So, you know, do you have anything you want to plug, Raul, before we
No,
get up
not
out of
really.
here?
I mean, just go check out the channel. You know, that's it. I'm wearing a shirt too that I designed over there on Teespring. It's just like a kind of encouraging thing, kind of change your perspective. Um, all it says is don't chase your dreams, run with them. It's just because that connotation of chasing your dreams is kind of like you're always behind it, and it's like an arm's length away, and you're never there. It's like when you're sleeping. You ever had a dream and you're like running in it? You feels like you're not moving.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to like change the perspective by changing the wording. You know, run with your dreams, believe in yourself. Change your mind, change your thoughts, change your mind, change your situation. So, but that's the shirt I'm wearing. I just posted that up today. Yeah, that's it. Go check out the channel. Dad Beats. Hopefully, we're doing that Sunday. We'll see what happens. And yeah,
Yeah,
that's about it.
yeah, we're definitely trying to do that. This is like one of the official like Dad Beats shirts too. I'm trying to show
Yeah,
it right here. You can see on the
yeah, for
corner
sure.
it says DB for Dad Beats, you know what I'm saying? So like this shirt is the official one. It says I really have gas
Let me help
right
you out a
now.
little bit because I got
Yeah.
mine right here.
Yeah, I really got gas right now. You know, for the people
So
who don't know what gas is gear acquisition syndrome. So the people who just love buying gear all the time just because, you know what I'm saying, we're studio rats and we love gear, that we
yeah,
call that gas. So I'm pretty sure most of you guys know that. So that's also on Teespring. I'll have the links in the description. I gotta put them in there. I don't have them in there right now, but they will be in here. So if you're watching the replay, that's the way you guys can support if you guys want to. Nobody's obligated to do so, you know what I'm saying? But if you guys do want to support, that's one way you guys can support. Or using the links in the description to buy like, different gears if you're in the market to do so. So
yeah.
like I said, we don't expect anybody to do anything. Just you guys showing up and being here is amazing. And we appreciate every single one of you guys. We have like some people that's in here that show up a lot,
Oh
between
yeah,
the three channels we're in here. If you guys are not subscribed to either one of us, go come subscribe, join the clan, and
hmm
be a part of what we got going on. We both of our channels have a lot of stuff on there. Um, Raul has a lot of beat making videos and tutorials on the MPC along with me. Mine is more like tutorials and stuff. I got to get to the beat making stuff, man. Raul's been killing it with that. So
yeah. Right on, right on. Yeah, just enjoy these conversations, and it's cool to see you guys return and kick it, and add to the conversation. It's always fun.
yeah, but we hoped you guys like what was going on. We about to end it here, man. You know what I'm saying? I always say stay safe, be blessed, you know what I'm saying? And we'll catch you guys in the next video. All right. So
Yeah.
peace out.
God bless.